My beloved child, there is a moment in every story that changes everything. A moment that arrives quietly, yet carries the weight of 1,000 unspoken words. Today, you have been guided here for a reason. This is not a coincidence. This is not an ordinary message. Something huge is waiting for you, and if you leave too soon, you may miss the very truth that your heart has been searching for. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Every word that follows is connected to a revelation that is far greater than you imagine. There is someone who thought they could walk away from your presence and continue their life as if nothing had changed. They believed they would quickly move forward. They convinced themselves that leaving you behind would be easy. Yet what happened next shocked them more than anything else. Days passed. Weeks passed. Time continued moving forward, but something inside them refused to move on. No matter where they went, a reminder of you seemed to appear. A familiar song. A familiar place. A familiar feeling. They tried to ignore it, but the memory of you continued returning again and again. Stay till the end, because what happened after this is something they never expected. What they lost was not simply a person. What they lost was a rare connection. They did not understand it at first. They could not see the value while it was still in their hands. Sometimes people only recognize the light after they step into the darkness. Sometimes they only understand the blessing after it is gone. And that is exactly what happened. The more distance grew between you, the more they began to realize what your presence had brought into their world. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. At first, they told themselves they had made the right decision. They repeated the same story in their mind again and again. They searched for reasons to justify their choice. But every excuse eventually fell apart. Every explanation began to lose its power. Deep inside, a quiet voice started asking questions they could not answer. What if they had made a mistake? What if they had let go of something extraordinary? What if the person they walked away from was the very person who brought meaning into their life? Those questions became impossible to silence. The surprising part is that this realization did not happen all at once. It arrived slowly. It appeared during ordinary moments when they least expected it. A quiet evening. A long drive. A peaceful morning. Suddenly, memories appeared without warning. They remembered conversations. They remembered kindness. They remembered moments that once seemed small but now felt priceless. Stay till the end because the next part reveals something even deeper. What troubled them most was not what they remembered. What troubled them was what they could no longer experience. They began to notice the absence of your energy. The absence of your encouragement. The absence of the comfort that once existed whenever you were near. They searched for that feeling elsewhere, but nothing felt the same. Nothing carried the same warmth. Nothing carried the same sincerity. That was the moment regret quietly entered their heart. My beloved child, many people spend years searching for something genuine. They search everywhere but rarely find it. Yet this person once had something genuine standing right in front of them. The tragedy is that they only understood its value after it disappeared. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Now listen carefully, because this is where the story becomes even more powerful. The regret they feel is not based on one single memory. It is based on a collection of moments. Tiny moments. Forgotten moments. Moments they once overlooked. They remember your patience. They remember your strength. They remember how you remained true to yourself even when circumstances became difficult. Those memories continue growing stronger instead of fading away. There are times when they wonder what life would look like if they had chosen differently. They imagine conversations that never happened. They imagine opportunities that slipped away. They imagine roads they never traveled. And each time they think about those possibilities, the weight of regret becomes heavier. The realization is impossible to escape. But the truth that heaven is about to reveal is even greater than their regret. Stay till the end. Don't skip. The revelation is closer than you think. You see, regret often teaches lessons that success never can. This person is beginning to understand things they never understood before. They are beginning to see your value from a completely different perspective. The qualities they once overlooked are now the qualities they admire the most. The things they once took for granted are now the things they miss the most. Their understanding has changed. Their perspective has changed. Their heart has changed. And yet there is one detail that makes this story extraordinary. The more they reflect on the past, the more they realize that you influenced their life in ways they never acknowledged. Your words stayed with them. Your actions stayed with them. Your example stayed with them. Even after the connection changed, your impact remained. That impact never disappeared. My beloved child, stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The truth is not only about their regret. The truth is about your worth. Too often people question their value because someone failed to recognize it. Too often they measure themselves by another person's decision. But heaven wants you to understand something important. Someone else's inability to appreciate your worth never decreases your worth. It only reveals their inability to see clearly. That realization is now unfolding before this person. Day by day. Memory by memory. Reflection by reflection. They are beginning to understand what they lost. They are beginning to understand what they walked away from. And the more they understand, the stronger the regret becomes. There are moments when they wish they could go back. Moments when they wish they could rewrite certain chapters. Moments when they wish they could make different choices. But time moves forward. Lessons arrive after decisions have already been made. That is why their realization carries such emotional weight. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the greatest revelation has not arrived yet. The greatest revelation is this: while they are learning the value of what they lost, you are learning the value of who you are. While they are looking backward, you are being prepared to move forward. While they are discovering the significance of your presence, you are discovering the significance of your purpose. And that changes everything. The story is no longer only about someone who regrets losing you. The story is about a person who is finally recognizing their own strength. A person who survived disappointment. A person who continued growing. A person who continued believing. A person who continued moving forward even when answers were unclear. My beloved child, hold on to that truth. Because the next chapter is not defined by what was lost. It is defined by what is being revealed. And what is being revealed is far greater than you can currently see. Stay till the end of this journey. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The truth is emerging. The lessons are unfolding. The hidden understanding is coming into the light. And as this revelation continues, one thing becomes clearer than ever before: your value was never dependent on someone else's recognition. Your value existed from the very beginning, and now even those who once failed to see it are finally beginning to understand what they lost. A remarkable truth is beginning to unfold, and what you are about to hear may change the way you see this entire story. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The person who once believed they could forget you has discovered something unexpected. The farther they moved away, the closer your memory seemed to follow them. It appeared in moments they could not predict. It appeared when everything was quiet. It appeared when they thought they had finally moved on. Yet every attempt to leave the past behind only brought them face to face with the reality they had been avoiding. The reality was simple but powerful: losing you created a space in their life that no one else has been able to fill. What makes this revelation so surprising is that they never expected regret to grow stronger with time. They thought memories would fade. They thought emotions would weaken. They thought distance would make everything easier. Instead, the opposite happened. The passing days became reminders. The passing weeks became reflections. The passing months became lessons. Every step forward seemed to reveal another reason why your presence mattered more than they ever realized. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There were moments when they laughed with others, yet still remembered your smile. There were moments when they celebrated achievements, yet still remembered conversations they once shared with you. There were moments when life seemed complete on the surface, but deep down they knew something important was missing. That realization arrived quietly, but once it arrived, it refused to leave. It stayed with them. It followed them. It challenged every belief they once had about what truly mattered. Now listen carefully, because this next part carries a revelation they never saw coming. The qualities they once overlooked have become the qualities they admire the most. They remember your patience. They remember your determination. They remember how you remained kind even during difficult seasons. They remember how you carried yourself with dignity when others would have given up. Those memories now shine brighter than ever before. What they once considered ordinary now feels extraordinary. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. There is another reason their regret continues growing. It is because they have started comparing every new experience to the connection they once had with you. Not intentionally. Not by choice. It simply happens. They notice small differences. They notice missing qualities. They notice things they once took for granted. And with every comparison, a deeper understanding begins to emerge. They are finally seeing what made you unique. They are finally seeing what made you unforgettable. The shocking truth is that your impact on their life never ended when the connection changed. Your influence continued. Your words continued. The lessons they learned from you continued. Even when they tried focusing on other things, traces of your presence remained. It was as though every meaningful memory carried a reminder of the value they failed to recognize at the time. My beloved child, there is a reason you are hearing this today. Heaven wants you to understand that your worth does not disappear simply because someone failed to appreciate it. Diamonds remain valuable even when hidden. Light remains powerful even when ignored. Truth remains true even when overlooked. And now the person who once underestimated your value is being confronted by that reality every single day. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. One evening, while reflecting on the choices they had made, they reached a realization that stopped them in their tracks. They began asking themselves a question they had avoided for a very long time. What if losing you was one of the greatest mistakes they ever made? The question echoed in their thoughts. It returned again and again. The more they thought about it, the harder it became to ignore. Suddenly, moments they had forgotten came rushing back. Conversations that once seemed small now felt significant. Acts of kindness that once seemed ordinary now felt priceless. Opportunities they once ignored now appeared incredibly important. Piece by piece, the truth was revealing itself. They had not simply lost a connection. They had lost someone whose presence brought meaning, encouragement, and inspiration into their life. And here is where the story becomes even more powerful. While they are learning these lessons, you are changing too. You are growing stronger. You are becoming wiser. You are learning truths about yourself that could never have been discovered otherwise. Every challenge has shaped you. Every disappointment has refined you. Every obstacle has prepared you for something greater. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The reason this message feels so important is because it is not only about someone else's regret. It is about your future. It is about your journey. It is about understanding that your story is still unfolding. The chapter they remember is only one chapter. The chapter ahead contains possibilities that have not yet been revealed. The person who regrets losing you is beginning to see the truth. They are beginning to recognize the value they overlooked. They are beginning to understand what your presence meant. Yet at the same time, a greater truth is being revealed to you. Your destiny was never limited by another person's choices. Your future was never dependent on another person's recognition. Your purpose was always greater than that. My beloved child, remember this carefully. Sometimes people realize your worth after you are gone from their daily life. Sometimes they understand your impact only after experiencing your absence. Sometimes the lesson arrives late. But when it does, it arrives with undeniable clarity. That clarity is now growing inside the heart of the person who lost you. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the next revelation is extraordinary. The more they think about you, the more they recognize qualities they once overlooked. They see resilience where they once saw simplicity. They see wisdom where they once saw ordinary words. They see strength where they once saw quiet confidence. It is as though a veil has been lifted from their eyes. What was hidden has become visible. What was ignored has become impossible to ignore. And as this understanding grows, so does their appreciation. The story they once told themselves no longer feels true. The explanations they once believed no longer feel convincing. The reality standing before them is stronger than every excuse they ever created. The reality is that losing you taught them the value of what they once had. My beloved child, hold on to this message. The truth is still unfolding. The revelation is still growing. And while someone is learning the lesson of regret, you are learning the lesson of purpose. While someone is looking back with new understanding, you are moving forward with new strength. While someone is discovering what they lost, you are discovering what you are capable of becoming. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The story is not over. The truth is still being revealed. And what heaven is uncovering step by step is far greater, far deeper, and far more powerful than anyone imagined at the beginning of this journey. My beloved child, there is a truth that has remained hidden beneath the surface, and today that truth is beginning to rise. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. What you have heard so far is only the beginning. The story goes deeper than anyone realizes. The person who regrets losing you is no longer simply remembering the past. They are now questioning everything they once believed about it. They are looking at old memories through new eyes, and what they are discovering is leaving a lasting impression on their heart. There was a time when they thought your presence would be easy to replace. They believed that life would quickly provide another connection, another opportunity, another person who would make them feel the same way. But the more they searched, the more they realized something surprising. Similar faces appeared. Similar conversations appeared. Similar experiences appeared. Yet nothing carried the same meaning. Nothing carried the same depth. Nothing carried the same feeling that existed when you were part of their life. That realization became impossible to ignore. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The truth they are facing now is not comfortable, but it is powerful. They are beginning to understand that some people enter our lives for a reason greater than we can immediately see. Some people leave a mark that time cannot erase. Some people become part of our story in a way that continues long after the chapter ends. You became one of those people in their life. The more they reflect, the more obvious that truth becomes. One memory leads to another. One realization leads to another. Suddenly they find themselves remembering details they had forgotten years ago. The way you encouraged others. The way you remained hopeful when circumstances seemed uncertain. The way you carried strength without needing recognition. These memories are not fading. They are growing stronger. And each memory carries a lesson they wish they had understood sooner. There are moments when they sit quietly and wonder how different life would feel if they had appreciated those qualities while they still had the chance. They wonder what conversations would have happened. They wonder what memories could have been created. They wonder what possibilities were lost because they failed to recognize something precious standing right in front of them. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. My beloved child, what heaven is revealing is not only a story of regret. It is a story of awakening. Sometimes people must lose something before they truly understand its value. Sometimes they must experience absence before they understand presence. Sometimes they must walk away before they realize what they were walking away from. That lesson is unfolding right now within the heart of the person who lost you. And here comes the shocking part. The more they learn about themselves, the more they realize how much your influence shaped their growth. Certain decisions they make today were inspired by conversations they once had with you. Certain perspectives they carry today were influenced by lessons they learned through you. Certain strengths they possess today were strengthened by your example. Even though they moved forward, part of your impact remained woven into their journey. Think about that for a moment. They believed they had left the connection behind. Yet they continue carrying pieces of what they learned from you every single day. That realization has become one of the strongest sources of their regret because it reminds them that your value extended far beyond what they understood at the time. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is another revelation that may surprise you. The person who regrets losing you is no longer focused only on what they lost. They are beginning to recognize who you truly are. For a long time, they viewed you through a limited perspective. They saw only fragments of your character. They noticed only parts of your strength. Now, with distance creating clarity, they are seeing the bigger picture. They see resilience. They see wisdom. They see authenticity. They see a person who continued moving forward even during difficult moments. They see a person whose value was never dependent on external approval. They see a person whose journey was always leading toward growth. And the more clearly they see these qualities, the more profound their realization becomes. My beloved child, listen carefully because this next truth is important. The reason their regret feels so strong is because genuine connections are rare. Real understanding is rare. Authentic care is rare. And when something rare is lost, its absence becomes impossible to overlook. They are learning this lesson now. They are learning that what they once considered ordinary was actually extraordinary. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. There were times when they ignored signs. Times when they overlooked opportunities. Times when they assumed there would always be another chance. But life has a way of teaching powerful lessons through reflection. Looking back, they can now see moments that seemed small but carried enormous meaning. They can now see crossroads where different choices could have changed everything. And that awareness grows stronger with every passing day. Yet heaven wants you to understand something even greater. While they are discovering what they lost, you are discovering what was never lost. Your value. Your purpose. Your strength. Those things were always yours. They were never dependent on another person's decision. They were never dependent on another person's understanding. They existed long before anyone recognized them. This is why your story continues moving forward with power. This is why your future remains filled with possibility. This is why the next chapter holds more promise than the previous one. The lessons of the past are important, but they do not define your destination. They only prepare you for it. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because heaven is revealing one final truth in this moment. The regret they feel is real, but it is also a testimony. It is evidence of your impact. It is evidence of your influence. It is evidence that your presence mattered far more than they realized. The memories they carry are proof. The lessons they remember are proof. The appreciation they now feel is proof. And while they are looking back with understanding, you are being invited to look forward with confidence. Forward toward new opportunities. Forward toward new growth. Forward toward new chapters that have not yet been written. The person who regrets losing you may finally be learning the truth, but the greater miracle is that you are learning it too. My beloved child, never forget this. Some people recognize your value immediately. Others recognize it later. Some understand your impact while you are near. Others understand it only after distance enters the story. But regardless of when understanding arrives, your worth remains unchanged. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The truth heaven is revealing is not simply that someone regrets losing you. The truth is that your life carries significance beyond what you can currently see. Your presence leaves an impact. Your words leave an impact. Your journey leaves an impact. And even those who once failed to understand that are beginning to see it clearly now. The revelation continues. The story continues. And with every passing moment, the truth becomes brighter. What was hidden is coming into the light. What was overlooked is being recognized. What was underestimated is being appreciated. And as this understanding grows, one message echoes louder than ever before: what they lost was far greater than they knew, and what lies ahead for you is far greater than you imagine. Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. The greatest chapter has not happened yet. It is still on the horizon, moving closer with every step you take forward.